Da-da, da-da, da-da. I don't know what that song is. Doom, 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 da-da, da-da. What the heck is that song? It would be so great if I could, know what that was right now. So I could play it and get it out of my head. Because now I'm going to be thinking about that song throughout the whole video. Hey hun, welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmin Skky, and if you are new here, thank you so much for joining the conversation. And to my returning subscribers, y'all know the love is definitely appreciated. So, with this weekend being a holiday weekend, a 3-day extended weekend, I thought it would be a great time for us to talk about this idea of happiness. I don't know what it is with me, but whenever there are holidays, milestones, birthdays, anything where we kind of have to celebrate, I it's just like a big deal for me. Like I put so much pressure on myself to make sure that I have the typical happy holiday or, whatever that is. And I've been questioning that a lot lately, like why do I do that? And I really think it's because, especially someone coming from more of like a corporate setting, the holidays are designated days in your calendar where you can separate yourself from your obligations and really focus on either yourself, your family, your connectivity with people in general. So, of course, like when they give me this extra time, I don't really have to go to work or anything like that. Like, I'm gonna have more time to think and process my emotions and deal with things that I wouldn't necessarily have to deal with on a day to day as I'm going through the motions. And of course, y'all know around the holidays, you have your influencers that just kind of pop up to show you, hey, girl, this is what the perfect holiday is supposed to look like. You got your family cookouts, you got your vacations, you got all of these traditions, and you have all of these images that are just kind of being placed in your head of what you're supposed to be doing on these days. And a lot of times, I'm going to say me in this instance, I can start to play this comparison game why don't my holidays look like that? Or why can't I do that? Or why can't I experience these feelings? And even, approaching these days or holidays, whatever you want to call them, even in approaching like celebration days, holidays, and stuff like that, we can recognize that, some people are generally very happy around these times of the year and some people are just not. And my question has always been what is the difference in these people? Like, what is the difference between those that are happy and those that are just miserable? And this is not just to relate it to the holiday times, but in general, what's the difference between happy and sad people? And after thinking about that for a little bit of time, I really found that the difference is a choice, a decision, a choice to be happy or a choice to be unhappy. You have to make an active decision every day to do things that bring you joy, that bring you good feelings. And it took me personally a really long time to come to this realization because, again, like I'm sure many of you have, I was always applying pressure on myself to have the traditional happy holiday, to do all of the things that were being showcased to me as normal on these days because I wanted to feel or be as happy as everyone around me or on my social media seemed to be. And I got into this routine where if my holidays or celebrations or whatever did not look like the image that I had in my head, So if my 4th of July came around and I didn't have a big family cookout, or I didn't get to see fireworks, or on my birthday I didn't have an extravagant, celebration with all of my friends, or Valentine's Day come around and I didn't have this drawn out elaborate vacation, like I would be so miserable. And I wasn't able to realize in those moments that I was so upset because I was working so hard to fit someone else's vision of what a holiday should look like. And don't get me wrong, like, I love fireworks, I love cookouts, I love having parties with my friends, and maybe God willing, one day I'll get to experience a vacation, but I was never pressed to do those particular things on those holidays. I was pressed for the feeling associated with doing those things. And that feeling, being happy, like the idea of being happy. That's what I wanted. And I mean, I think everyone has these ideas of, what the typical happy holiday looks like for them. And we have ideas of, what a typical happy holiday looks like in general. But, whenever we form our ideas of what we want to do with our holidays or with our free time in general, I think that it's really important that we take into consideration what makes my friend happy or what makes my neighbor happy isn't going to necessarily do the same thing for me. And the key in all of this is really just discovering, what brings you your warm and fuzzies, like what puts a smile on your face and brings you peace at the end of the day. That's what you want to be filling your day with. That's what you want to be filling your holidays with. And of course, on my channel, I am going to have to put this into a more personal perspective, because I know there are other people out there that are, like me and feeling this way. And I just want to let you know that I'm here and I relate to you, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about my life, and hopefully, you can take my advice and run with it. So for me to really be at peace, I had to actively seek out things and people and content that was going to bring me a level of peace every single day, and more so during the holiday times, because I recognize that holidays are triggers for some people. I know they're triggers for me. And even if it doesn't look like society's definition of a traditional holiday, a traditional 4th of July, Christmas, Valentine's Day, or whatever, I have to make a decision to surround myself with good feelings in everything that I do on a day-to-day. I can recognize that no, this isn't traditionally how people spend this day, but I did something that made me happy. I did something that I got joy out of, and the decision I made sits well with my soul. So my advice for you for the holidays, today, this week, the year, the rest of your life, whatever, is continue to surround yourself with things that give you good feelings. If the people you're around, the things that you are doing, the content that you are taking in doesn't serve you or impact you in a positive way, get rid of it. Making small changes in like the people that you're hanging around with, the social media pages that you're following, the places that you're deciding to go, making small changes in those areas will affect you in a major way. Sometimes when you're kind of going through the motions and going through your norm, you don't recognize how much these small things really impact who you are as a person and how happy you can be. These things are kind of the flip switch, the difference between you being your happiest self or your most miserable self. So I hope that, moving forward, we are all able to take an opportunity to really determine, what gives us joy, what makes us happy on a day-to-day, and actively decide to pursue those things. If you enjoyed this video today, definitely give me some feedback in the comment section. Even if you didn't like it, give me some feedback in the comment section. Definitely like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on those bell notifications so that you are notified when I'm dropping new content. Of course, I'm done for the day. I have no more words to give to you, but I will catch you all in my next video.